We good? We live? Can they see us?
Yee!
Tell your hoes they can wait.
I am like engaged.
I'm
bro.
sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Wait, really? So it just says HDI. I didn't know that was a real.
That's what she bought. She bought her own ring and then I gave her an official one.
You guys don't tell me these things. I'm not liable for this. All right.
This is why you asked before the show.
Anyway, welcome back to Anime. Thanks for leaving me hanging, Vance. Thanks for leaving me hanging, Vance.
Actually, you know what? You threw me under the bus. That's what you're getting today.
Okay, we're going to start off salty today. Hello, people. Welcome
Damn right.
back to the Anime Club.
Yee!
So, we're still here, hopefully, on some major platform. For those of you who have nothing to do with your thumbs, the internet is basically down today.
Fucking Instagram. God
And there goes
damn.
your first one already.
Instagram, Facebook.
I mean, Zuckerberg owns both, so the robot man has malfunctioned.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So, I think I was... Okay. Twitch works. I got our Twitch notification. Everything else is dead. So, hi, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and YouTube. Hopefully, you guys aren't getting this on such a delay.
Instagram posted my anime club picture.
Did they? Because my Anime Club promo video is going to have to be moved to next week. Your story isn't uploading, though.
I'm not even going to fight with that. I was fighting with that on the way here.
My
and
story's been broken since last night.
Jesus Christ. What is going on with the world?
It's broken.
All right.
Unlike us, though, we're functioning just fine. So let's just get right into it. So we all know about the problems with Funimation and Vic and the whole thing. For those who don't know, this is the club. We're supposed to be introing them. Funimation is basically everything anime in Japan, owned by Sony. Been having some recent problems lately with voice actors and allegations and all kinds of issues. So how do they respond? Allegedly. Your battery's going to die, by the way. Somebody get this man a charger.
I'm trying to just pull up the Twitch chat just in case anybody talks. Don't worry about it. Oh, he does? Okay, cool. Thanks.
Yeah, so how do they respond? Basically, they can't do anything wrong now, or it's going to be associated with the Vic problem.
Mm-hmm.
People tried to unsubscribe because, hey, I don't like how you guys are handling this. Hey, our job doesn't pay this much, us in real life. Our job doesn't pay me that well. I can't afford this anymore. And the unsubscribe button was deactivated. It's like you tried to get off of Netflix and switch to Hulu, and they were like, psych, it's going to be another $8.
Just WWE their ass. Like, you want your release so you can go to AEW? Not happening, bro.
Disable button, you can't see me.
Nope.
But yeah, so everyone's getting all pissy about it. They're like, wow, so we're just stuck with you guys through this horrible-ass ride you're putting us on.
Yeah, pretty much.
I feel bad for them now because like I know a few people who are like run the Twitter accounts and they just get hounded on like every single tweet now. Like until this case is closed, which it just keeps building even more. Like every tweet's like, hey guys, look what show's coming out in March. Unsubscribing. I hate all of you. Hey guys, Dragon Ball Z Broly or Super Broly's dropping on DVD next month. You guys suck. I'm still gonna pre-order maybe
for that.
I'm like, as far as the Vic problem goes. Every tweet that they post on Twitter, unrelated to that situation, just in general, is just filled with people giving them the middle finger over this whole drama. Like the internet is being pet. Okay, with outrage culture, if you're gonna accuse someone, you'll get like a day or two of outrage and popular tweets before facts kick in. If it comes out that the accuser lied or is wrong, there's gonna be one of two things. Somehow you get the Dwight Howard treatment where the accuser's like...
We don't talk about Dwight Howard's bitch ass.
What did Dwight do to you?
That whole season with the Lakers, we don't talk about that.
Sorry, LeBron. I like the shop, though. But, okay, but when the guy in a wig, because that's what it was like, oh, Dwight Howard did this. And then it came to find out, hey, didn't you do this to Playboy Cardi like 6 months ago? And then he just went silent and had a book link in his bio. And I'm the only one who felt like, is no one else seeing the game right now? And then overnight, everyone's like, we're just not going to talk about it. I'm like, no, drag him through the mud until the weave falls off. Or you get backlash if you're a liar, i.e. everyone involved in Vic's drama.
Yep.
So I feel bad because I like Sean Schimmel on Instagram. It's not really anime-ish. Like, he posts photos of his wife, his dog. He just goes out and, like, lives a normal life. And I'll comment, like, hey, nice pooch. Hey, glad you and the wife are having fun. And everyone else is like, you should put the dog in Dragon Ball gear. I'm like, clearly he's separating his person, but he's deactivated comments on his Instagram now. Or
It was only a matter of time.
yeah, or comments are limited now, is what they say. And I'm like, I low-key feel bad. But speaking of Vic,
you know, we always talk about if he gets taken off, they have to redo his roles. What if they find out like none of this is true against him? So what happens to Monica then?
They get the old girl who played Bulma. Also, I'm pretty sure I forgot to send her the screenshot, but it's all over Twitter. You can go find it. They've already shown that like the Apple and Amazon listings for the movie have him removed. Like his name is not. I'll show you here anyway. Like his name is not on the credit listing. Did I? Okay, so they can see it. His name is not on the credits. Funimation Kickback is like, that's an apology on our part. We think Apple and Amazon might have messed up. You know, it's just lost in translation.
How the fuck they messed up? They sent
So then Apple and Amazon kick back and are like, no, we put what's listed when distributors send us the information.
Exactly.
We didn't do anything. Whoever
Like,
sent when faulty
damn.
information comes into Apple or Amazon, it's like JID when he had to redo his what Young DiCaprio, whatever.
Yeah.
He had to redo his album artwork. That was on JID. Amazon and all these other labels were like, no, that's on the distributor.
What
So they were
the
like,
hell?
they kicked back immediately, like, no, you sent it to us like that, and we posted it like that.
Exactly. These niggas tried to play the whole NBA commercial. They were like, oh, that didn't happen. We sent you the right one. What do you mean? We haven't in our...
That's what I'm saying. Both, especially with Bezos.
For
I
real.
mean, Bezos is going through a divorce. You don't know what's happening out there. I want to know what woman was worth his whole empire or women. Like, I'm sorry if I'm that rich to where I'm in my own tax bracket, I'm staying faithful.
Mm-hmm.
That or prenups, people. Prenups save lives and accounts.
Agreements.
Buyouts.
Lawyers.
Give her some stock. Something.
Nah, we don't do that.
Basically. Okay. Out from the drama. We're going to pick up where we left off last week. Detective Pikachu. How do we feel? Are we mad? Danny DeVito's not doing it?
Is it out yet, or is it still
No.
it's, okay.
We got. We have a lot of Pokemon info coming. We got.
We don't, do we? We have a whole fucking... Sorry. I used
That's
my
two.
phone.
He's using all of mine this week.
There you go. You're welcome. We have the Detective Pikachu stuff. We have the new Pokemon game coming out.
Yeah.
We have
I
the
keep saying Sun and Moon. Sword and Shield, right?
Sword and Shield, which I don't know. Did they just put that on a board and was just like, okay, here's a dart. All right, what matches with a shield?
I don't know.
be a
They're gonna go
sword.
the iPhone route already. We've had like
But
the X's and the Y's and the elements and the colors and the letter. It's gonna be like Pokemon A eventually, and then just go through Z.
I wouldn't be put it past them, to be honest. But what was I gonna say?
So we got the two movies,
Mhm.
all the stuff happening with Let's Go, the stuff happening with Pokemon Go,
Mhm.
Detective Pikachu, and then what is the other one we were just getting rid of? The Pokemon movie reboot. The Pokemon movie 2000 with the Mewtwo.
No, it's
Was it
Mewtwo Strikes
officially-
Back.
Was it officially called Mewtwo Strikes Back?
Yeah, it's Mewtwo Strikes Back.
I always felt that was a weird title, seeing that was like his birth.
Yeah, well,
Because they kind of set it up like a sequel with the name, and I'm like, it can't. I always thought Mewtwo Strikes Back when I heard the title was like a sequel that I missed.
well, remember,
somewhere.
like after the first movie, they had another one called Mewtwo Strikes Again. Yeah, that's what the other one was called.
I don't think I saw that one.
You haven't seen that one?
I think I've only seen the original movie with.
The original just called Pokemon the first movie.
Maybe.
Yes.
And then Pokemon 2000, I think was.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's called.
So
Pokemon the first
it's-
movie, and then Mewtwo Strikes Back is when he had that island full of Pokemon that once he escaped from the first movie with Mew. Yes.
Gotcha. I need to go back and rewatch, honestly. But apparently, I think they might be mixing both then, because I know. Wait, no, Pokemon 2000.
You know how
was with-
long that crap would be?
They might be able to blend the story. Although I went back and
No.
rewatched, and apparently there were like some minor errors that like people pointed out from the first movie.
What you got?
So apparently, when the kid walks in and is like, oh, me and Pidgeotto have no problems getting through these harsh winds when they all had to get to the island because it was,
yeah.
and it was actually a Pidgeotto. Like he called it a Pidgey. If you look it up, there's your computer's dead. I told you to plug it in.
Shut up. Hold on. He likes to do this sometimes.
It was literally on red. I don't know what you thought was.
I don't know what's up, but
Apple batteries don't last that long, honestly.
There you go. Apple batteries don't last long because it was literally at 20 right before I got here. Then it jumped to 40, and then it's just like back and forth, back and
And
forth.
amp
back and
comes
forth.
in clutch once again.
Thank you, director.
My cord that I plugged into his computer because his was dead.
Thank you, director's girlfriend.
Thank you, tech guru. But yeah, so what is it? There was
Super Kami Guru.
Nail.
No.
All right, so in the first Pokemon movie, when they're getting to the island and everyone's bragging about how they got there and how spectacular their Pokemon are, the kid's like, "Yeah, me and Pidgeot have no problem getting here." Me and Pidgeotto have no problem getting here, and the
Bro, what if
Pidgeotto
it-
was a Pidgeot.
Bro, what if it was a Pidgeot at first and then they messed up and changed it to a Pidgeotto?
That's why I always like Pidgeotto the most. I like the name and the design because I confused it with those two growing up, and then it was Pidgeot, and it's like, oh, it's kind of disappointing now.
I really never really cared
And
for
then the
it.
next error, when Meowth is in the lab and all the Pokemon are getting cloned, Sandshrew that comes down the pipe is actually a Sandslash.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then when they're doing the little silhouettes showing the Pokemon as they're going through the little device, what is it? A Scyther pops up and they're like, "It's Alakazam." And then I look back, I'm like, how did you? Because he literally had like the two blades. Like there were no spoons or anything. It was legit like when you do the Who's That Pokemon and you get it completely wrong as a child.
Damn.
Which was me almost
Puff from above.
basically.
Oh, crap. But
So, do we have high hopes for Detective Pikachu, yes or no?
I like the game.
Yes.
I like the game. So I hope that they do good. It looks cool. I like the voice for Pikachu.
I would say like they kept this.
Some of the Pokemon look weird and creepy, though.
I would say I don't get the creepy feel. Like I feel like as far as realistic and CGI Pokemon go, like some of the fan art of realistic Pokemon is terrifying. But as far as like no one saw this coming, there was no like leaked concept art. Oh, there's a live action They literally just dropped this out of nowhere, so they didn't face the criticism of even, oh, they're doing a live action Pokemon. It's gonna suck. Like I like most of it. Mr. Mime is a little bit, creepy. Jigglypuff, I like Jigglypuff. A lot of people hate. A lot of people hate the design. I like Ludicolo. I like Charizard and Greninja. Charizard and Greninja have like my favorite.
But they're gonna put in the
designs.
most work on those two because those are like the poster boys.
The fan favorites, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I like that we have Ryan Reynolds doing the voice. I know everyone wanted Danny DeVito, and they wanted because I think the guy who does the voice in the game is closer to that.
Yeah.
So I never actually played the game, but the trailer looks exciting. I have high hopes for the future.
You saw that they already started making Pokemon cards for it?
Did they?
Yeah, they have a Snubble one.
Is the trading card industry really booming? Because I was on, I think it was like Funimation's Instagram this weekend, and apparently there was a whole Dragon Ball Super trading card league going at some convention this week.
No one
and
cares
I had
about that
no
crap.
idea people were even buying cards. Like,
You know, I used to have the old Dragon Ball Z for the. Well, no, my cousin did. He had the Dragon Ball Z game, the trading card game for the Game Boy. That shit was probably the worst, like the most boringest thing in the whole entire world. I'm like, y'all trying to be Yu-Gi-Oh so bad.
I
This
feel
ain't
like
even funny.
Nobody has a trademark on card games, but Pokemon had it for a little while.
Yu-Gi-Oh came in.
and just dominated. Bakugan was its own thing. I like Bakugan just for the sake of it was fun to play on the Wii.
I just like throwing it and it's stuck.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Bakugan was like Yu-Gi-Oh, but you have these your own little capsule
say it.
monster.
Oh no, you had to clean it up. You weren't gonna say balls like last week. You just balls all over the place.
I mean, because it starts off as a ball, and then when you throw it, it comes like into a mini version of what your actual monster is, and then you can feed and boost and power it up.
Feed.
Yeah, you feed him like all kinds. At least in the Wii version, you throw it, and then you can hit all kinds of power up cards before he stops spinning, and you hit like this weird little obstacle course. And then depending on the power ups you get, this is not in the show. This is the video game. They had
That
to make
sounds
it.
like a lot of extra shit.
It honestly is what made the game fun. Honestly, like you throw it, there's like this huge battlefield, and then you see like this card to give you a power boost, speed boost, stamina boost, and you try to basically hit all of this before your momentum runs out on the game or on your spin, and then your two cards duke it out. Basically, even if you don't get an advantage, you can still press buttons and fight and try to win, but the cards make it less difficult. My dumb ass bought a copy from Toys R Us that came with two like of the best cards in the game. Didn't realize they were unlocked until I beat like the main villain or the final boss in the main story. So I just did a bunch of free. And you had to customize your own character and walk around. It was like It was like Storm before Naruto Storm, almost.
Storm before Naruto Storm.
Like before Cyber Connect 2 took off with the Naruto Storm walking around, and now they're doing it with the Dragon Ball Z game. That was like one of the cooler ones.
Okay.
Now, so you said they're doing something with this the Pokemon reboot movie with Pokemon Go from Mewtwo?
Oh, so yeah, so digging
Fill us
through
in.
some files, and I found on a website that for Japan only for now, I hope, because this sounds pretty cool. If you buy your ticket in advance to see the Pokemon reboot, you get a special Mewtwo in Pokemon Let's Go for the Nintendo Switch. So not much.
Of course,
is,
it's in Let's Go.
yeah, of course. Well, they have to promote it, and they have to make enough money to start supporting Shield and Sword. But
You're right.
so far what we know of it, oh god, voice crack. So far what we know from it is that the Mewtwo will have 10,000 CP, and we're not sure about the looks or anything. I don't know if they're gonna like redo it and make it look like the Mewtwo that's gonna be in the movie. What if there's gonna be like a special move? But I mean, if you're gonna give a Mewtwo like that, you're gonna have to put special moves. So yeah, expect this Mewtwo to have like a special move from other ordinary Mewtwo's and all this other types of good stuff. So yeah, so we have to look out for that over here in the U.S. when they bring it
10,000
over.
CP sounds kind of ridiculous, though, doesn't it? Like that's just like that's just a game breaker, really. Like,
Well, yeah, man.
5,000 I feel would make sense.
Nah,
Like-
they got to promote that movie because people will probably be like, I know me. I'd have been like, I already saw this once already. I still have the VHS, so why do I need to go see it again? Oh, it's updated graphics. Woo!
that's how they sold all the re-releases of like the old classic Dragon Ball films up
And
until
guess who
Broly.
did? And guess who went on YouTube to watch them?
Honestly, I did go see
FBI
them,
don't
but the
look for me.
only part I was disappointed about was they used the Funimation. They used the Japanese score, not the original movies where they used Drowning Pool.
You know what really threw me for a loop? Now that you brought up that Dragon Ball Z thing, anybody here that's played Raging Blast 2, that horrible game,
Honestly, that was like the last good one for a while until Xenoverse came, and then people were
No,
so
Raging Blast 1 was great. That was
Was
like,
it?
Yes, it was great.
I'm saying because I always like Raging Blast 2 was the one I played the demo for, and I'm like, yo, this is like the first good game we've had. Since
They took out
Tenkaichi
story
3.
mode. That's what I'm going to tell you.
In Raging Blast 2?
Yes.
That would ruin it.
They had like this horrible thing called universe mode. So it was just like you just played a character and you just fought all of their like enemies with like no cutscenes, no nothing.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. But the main villain in that game, I guess the promotional villain was
Hachiak or whatever
Hachiak.
from the.
I did not
old
know
movie.
because like when you buy the game, they give you like the movie, like they give you a movie with it, the Hachiach movie.
Yeah, the
with
plan to eradicate the Saiyans.
I did not know that thing was like already a movie, like in 1990 something already.
Yeah, so in Team, if you watch the TFS version when he's like, you damaged the time-space continuum, and then it's like, the time-space continuum is fine. That clip of Trunks flipping is from the original special. And honestly, some people like the original special more
I do. I saw that and
because
I was like, yo, that looks so clean.
it's animated in that old Dragon Ball Z art style that it. Somebody in the comments said it best on YouTube. This style looks like he's more of a threat and it feels more menacing. This new
Yeah.
the new art style for like Z and Super, some people feel like it doesn't really pass off the intenseness of, hey, this is like a threat that might actually kill everybody, even though we have the Dragon Balls as a cop out.
I mean, it's not really a cop out.
Which-
They gotta like go search for
Still,
it.
I
It's not
mean-
like they keep them in a bag in the corner of Capsule Corp. It's just like, oh, hey, it's time to use the Dragon Balls.
Again, like Team 4-Star. Well, we have Dragon Balls, but that's like a whole day.
Exactly. Like, who wants to go do all that? And especially if they use it, they always forget. Like, oh yeah, it's like a whole year before we can use it again.
True. I mean, they have Namek, so.
Who's gonna?
Why did they never go to find Namek in Trunks' timeline? That always threw me.
Trunks doesn't know anything about Namek.
Bulma does though.
Who's she gonna send there?
A
She doesn't even.
ship.
Hold on. She doesn't even
Some
know.
kind of remote.
She doesn't
vehicle.
even know where New Namek is.
She could have sent out an asteroid or a satellite, something. Go look for the green people.
And in all that time,
Dig up
they would have
pit-
found it, and then Goku Black came and just wrecked everything.
And then they could have called, hey, send this weird not Goku anywhere else, please.
What are they gonna do? He's a god. He already wished for his immortality. If it wasn't him, it would have been Zamasu. So literally, they were just like bent.
I mean, I feel kind of weird knowing that he just got his whole. He basically lost everything. All right, we're going on tangents again. Next, Digimon 2020. Are we
that was
excited?
a tangent? That wasn't a tangent. Go ahead.
Honestly, I was a Pokemon kid, so like Digimon, I watched it when it came on. But as far as like, oh, I know who these like, I couldn't tell you who. I don't know the names of either of the people on this poster. I completely forgotten.
All I gotta say is, all I have to say is this: Beelzemon 2020. That's all I have to say. He's literally the best.
Yeah, so I know like this is the main character in his Digimon, but as far as like watching the show, it was one of those shows I was on the block back in the day, like Kids WB, like Power Rangers would be on, Ninja Turtles would be on, Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, and I was like, I'll watch it, but as far as like the overlining story, it never grabbed me. I know like Screw Attack apparently, according to them, Digimon just wreck Pokemon.
Yeah, because it makes more sense. They have, without the trainer, they're kind of just like.
Is it? Apparently everything leading up.
Yeah.
Apparently up to like the original first Digimon movie, apparently all of that was just great.
No, the Digimon movies were lit. They went in on those. I will give them that 110%.
How
They
many,
are
there
just,
like a bunch? Is there one? I've
There's a good
only known
couple.
like one of like Digimon the movie, and I remember that being out and then never going to see it.
I want to say like what, 6 or 7? Yeah,
Like,
it's a
like,
good
I know
handful.
Yu-Gi-Oh's had some films that nobody knew about. But
No one. I don't really care about that.
honestly, the last two they did, Dark Side of the Dimensions, which was good because it had the original cast and took place there,
Mm-hmm.
and they had another one which is on Netflix. I think it's like a 30-minute special
Yeah.
with you have Yami Yugi, Jaden from Yu-Gi-Oh GX, and the new dude from Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds basically all team up from like across time. That was
Okay, yeah. 5Ds was cool.
Yo,
They had the
really?
lit OP,
I watched
bro.
like 2 episodes and I'm like, why are they on bikes? And how is nobody?
That was what made it lit, though.
How
I
is
just did not
nobody,
like the
like-
pacing was just like horrible. Though.
My problem with the show is there was no traffic at all. Like we race on bikes at 1,000 miles per hour on top of playing a card game, and there's just not one drunk driver on the road, not one person coming from the club. Like, oh shit.
Look, I thought that was pretty lit.
It was just weird that there was like this weird long ass highway of straight for like 5 episodes worth of card battles.
The first, I want to say like the 3rd episode or the 2nd episode, because my whole thing was, okay, he was obsessed with his ex-best friend for stealing his main card.
Oh yeah, you got to film all of us in. I didn't even watch the story. I just caught like random episodes here and there.
Jesus. All right, here we go. So, short end of it, homie was mad that his friend stole his card. He was like, I got to get out of the slums to get up to where he's at because he's super rich and he has my card that makes him a living. Gets out of the slums. What is it? I think like his 3rd duel, like they were in the underground and like dodging all. It was a pretty cool like 5 episodes. But like I said, the pacing was just horrible because it was just like, all right, so from the 1st episode to the last episode, you were just
You
like
know who that is, right?
to the 5th episode.
It's Irvin. Yeah, that's his name on Xbox. I see him on Fortnite every day. Irv, what's up?
Hello.
Also, if you have a favorite Digimon duo, please let us know. So
Favorite Digimon duo.
I'll be basic and go with the people on the poster. Like those are the ones I recognize with the most. If you showed me any other 2 characters, couldn't name them or like their transformation to save my life.
No, I think mine's was okay. Now we know. My favorite Digimon was from Digimon Frontier, the 2 main ones, the blue one and the red and the fire element guy and the light based guy. And it was just VA work, just how they just screamed. Neji's voice actor was actually in that show.
Really?
Yeah.
It's always great when you get older and you're like, hey, I know that voice. And then you realize, oh, this is so-and-so from...
I was
all
literally
these
reading the
other
YouTube
shows.
comments and it's just like, rest in peace, Neji. And I was just like, wait.
Yeah,
a
like in One
minute.
Piece when they do the, what is it?
Sorry for anybody, spoilers.
Yeah, One Piece, Enies Lobby when when Sanji is fighting...
Jesus, how did you mess that up?
Oh, because it's it's them. It's Trunks is Sanji. And the other dude, the big wolf guy, is Nappa. So
You
when
watch dub?
When they're fighting... I mean, I struggle through it. First off, people hate on dubs all the time, and that's a conversation for another episode. But without that horrible 4Kids dub, none of us would be watching One Piece. Let's be real.
Pause. All right, so pause. Because the 4Kids dub, that was the one when Sanji had a deep voice, right?
The ladies' man, Sanji.
Yeah, that
And
one.
he ate lollipops instead of cigarettes.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And then without warning, the show just stopped. And
So we're talking Sanji now is
yeah, we're talking
Trunks.
Sanji. Sanji right now is Trunks. Zoro is Piccolo, which is
Yeah, we all know
Vegeta. And the
Usopp is Krillin.
dude, is he? I didn't
Yes.
even know that.
That's Krillin.
So what? When they get done recording Dragon Ball, they're just like, guys, we got to go next door and do One Piece again.
Pause. You're gonna. Jesus.
Because you've got like, I'm not saying they don't like it, but after 800 episodes of almost just,
You're
and
talking
then-
about 800 episodes. You don't even want to know where we are in the manga.
we're like 70 or like 70%.
And you guys are like right
done.
behind us.
I'm reading the manga. I've broken it off to watching shows in 5 chapter bursts because it's the only way I can get through it.
Like I told you guys, in like I think it was the first episode or the second episode, I just watch. I read, and then when I know like the major fights are coming up, I'll come back and be like, all right, I want to see how they animate this and did they stay true to it.
Yeah, that's how I am with like I did with Naruto for a while. So many fillers. I'm like, when they come back to a main fight, I'll watch. I peep back in for the Might Guy fight, peep back in for Madara and
Perfect.
Madara versus revived without the reanimation jutsu, Naruto and Sasuke. Little
Good,
bit of
perfect.
the Kaguya stuff, little bit of the Naruto versus Sasuke. Then when they didn't end the show, it
Hold
went
on, hold on. Ice Blue Monkey just said some real stuff right now. That rap intro in One Piece 4Kids was
Yeah.
the best though. That was lit.
That
was
how
lit.
they got the audience.
That was
Everyone
what's
hates
up.
on it, but that intro is what made you watch the show. Don't even lie.
For real, that was like I was like, yo, I remember little 6-year-old me just, yo, this is what's up. Like,
Yeah,
mom,
and
we
then
gotta play this on repeat.
You knew it word for word, and then when the voices switch, you're just like, as a kid, you're like, what happened? All right, everyone sounds different, and they're cursing a lot more.
I
but
just
this
stopped
works.
watching after that point, to be
Really?
honest. I think I didn't even make it to like the Robin arc when I was a kid.
Robin, okay, that's what's sad. If you get into One Piece or you're just now getting back into it, Enies Lobby is like the dopest arc to me, and everything else after that, it's good, but nothing is as intense as Sanji when he's fighting the wolf dude, which is Nappa and Trunks going at it. When Zoro uses the 3-headed technique, and yes, there have been other fights in One Piece, but as an arc, you have not had one yet where everyone gets a 1v1 that borderline makes you feel when Luffy was about to kick the bucket and then it just gets up off of sheer willpower, Rock Lee style. What, you look like
Penalty for false information.
What false
The
info?
the saddest arc. You're damn right. The saddest arc that no one is allowed to talk about, and they're back to back, is Impel Down and Marineford. Don't at me at that.
I still need to watch them dubbed.
Then
I'm
you're
not-
no.
I'm not
You
saying
don't need to watch them.
I'm not
dubbed.
saying they're not sad. I'm saying as far as like a whole arc about hey, take on the big baddie and like the fights going back and because yes, you had Whitebeard, but you had the whole crew gone.
Impel Down and Marineford. That's all I'm saying. That's it. I don't
get why we divide the arcs. Like Enies Lobby to me is also Water 7. Why we divide it Water 7 and then Enies Lobby like that isn't all the same Robin backstory.
We just go with the fandom. I don't.
But Enies Lobby to me, that was the one that hit me like, okay, this just set the bar high. Impel Down, that set the bar. Impel Down hadn't happened yet. Impel Down and the whole Ace saving arc, that was like the next big one where people argue, okay, this was on point or even better.
That's the defining point for the series.
But since those two arcs, we've had 300 episodes of, like the one, like Luffy and Gear 4 versus
Doffy.
That was great. But when we kept cutting back to Zoro and everyone holding the birdcage for the longest, and I'm like, why didn't no one just walk through? I get the.
You can't, because if that was that simple, they would have did it.
Did you see how big the gate was? Like every gap in that thing was like
that thing is sharp. What did you expect?
For them to literally walk through the gap that is this
Oh
big.
my goodness!
and just
That
be
string was literally cutting buildings, fam.
Okay, my thing is the string was cutting buildings, but the gap between each blade was like the size.
It
of,
wasn't even like that.
It was like this.
It was not.
Well, then
that
I'm
big.
mad at the animators for drawing it like that.
Exactly.
I'm mad at the animators.
Read the source material, people.
I'm mad at the animators because every gap in that blade was bigger than Frankie, and I'm like, what? I'm saying if you watch it, every gap is bigger than Frankie's shoulders, and I'm like, why are they? I'm like, you can rebuild a city. We've watched them do it in One Piece over and over. Why does nobody just walk through? Especially the Tontadas. They are this big. Why did nobody just walk through the gate? Let me in. That bothered me so much.
Oh my god.
But yeah, Annie's Lobby and Water 7, Impel Down, that whole stuff, those two are the bar. You can argue what's better. Like, I don't cry in anime. The closest I've come to crying is when they had to get rid of the Going Merry. For those who don't know, that's their ship, and basically in the
To
One
be
Piece,
honest,
you
the
didn't care.
Thousand Sunny is a lot better.
Sunny is a lot better, but it's the way that Mary went out.
And hold on, if you're gonna talk about that makes you cry in that show, literally Brooks' whole story about how his whole crew literally dropped one by one as they were singing a song, that was a lot sadder.
I still
Ace
need
dying
to.
was sadder.
I need to revisit.
Oh,
'cause
guys, spoiler alert! We need to get that spoiler thing. Like,
it's 400 episodes behind. If you haven't read or seen a YouTube clip at this point, I'm sorry.
still, I mean, there might be people trying to get into it, or it's
Okay,
just
well,
like-
spoiler.
By the time they get caught up, they'll forget that he's spoiled.
Okay, shout out Daquan Wilshire at Take My V Card on Instagram. Pause.
Loud noises.
He literally caught up to all 800 episodes like in a week because he wanted to do a review. But yeah, he's like, half y'all don't spoil it for me. I'm still gonna watch anyway. But basically, it's the journey because everyone had their backstory of how the baddie was related to their backstory, get recruited. We never got that with Robin. So then we finally get that with Robin. So I'll give you that. As far as the first is Ace like right before the time skip, right?
Wait, say that again.
The whole Ace trying to save Ace. That was like right before the big time skip, right?
Yes.
All right, so that's like right before. As far as like that first area of One Piece, saving Ace set the bar for everything after the time skip. The Annie's Lobby arc set the tone for everything for that first half, which it delivered on when they went to go rescue Ace. But when they had to get rid of the ship, man, I felt that because
I really didn't give a shit. It's just
Ri-
a ship. It's just wood.
it was wood that came to life. That came out wrong, you perverts. But you know what? Never mind.
See, here you go again. First about balls, now you're talking about wood. No one was even going that
You
far.
said the balls thing.
You said the balls thing.
You
went
were the one
there.
who tried to.
Okay.
You know what? Anyhow, so basically, they had a ship called the Going Merry, and they're like, "Hey, we're not going to survive on the more powerful oceans if we don't get a new ship." One of the main characters got the ship from his crush, didn't want to get rid of it, so they abandoned it at this dock.
God
Middle
himself.
of the fight, during like the most godly fight in the first part to me, which was Luffy versus the whole CP9 crew, which Lucci, that dude. I don't know. Lucci held his own, but when
Lucci is his own discussion for his
he
own.
finally
other day.
went
That's-
down, I was
that's a
like
boss.
shouting in my own head because people were sleeping in my dorm. But Luffy versus Lucci was like one of my top favorite fights just because of how much Luffy was like, I can't fall down, even though he literally just cracked every bone in my body. And then to end that fight with the ship coming to life and being like, I could sense that you needed me one last time. Let me do this one last favor before you guys get rid of me. Everyone get on, let's go. The ship cracks in half, it doesn't even make it to shore, and they have to burn it there and watch as it literally comes to life and is like, goodbye and thank you for everything. That got to me. How do you not feel for that?
Because if that ship could have done that then, why didn't it do it the million other times they needed it?
Because remember they had the whole ferry thing where it's like, hey, if you take care of a ship, a ferry comes out of nowhere, which they dropped that dime and then never revisit it. It's like a ferry comes and will fix your ship for you. Because remember, it got like Edo Tensei once. It was already beaten to crap. Usopp sees the magical person. He's like, I must have imagined it. Wakes up, the ship is brand new. Not going to get two of those.
Nah. But while we're on this One Piece wave, and especially on Ennie's Lobby, if you don't know, now you will. One Piece World Seeker is dropping on the 15th. So within, 2 more days?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we excited for World Seek? I feel like One Piece games don't get their proper respects.
I like the Pirate Warrior series.
I like Grand Battle. I like Grand Adventure. Couldn't beat it though. I got stuck at one point. Those were when you had the 4Kids dub. Those are the 4Kids dub video games. Like the little quick, punchy, fighty.
It's sub, so I won't really even care.
Okay, we apparently have comments. So Noganata, that's some dedication. Yes, Going Merry literally dedicated its non-existent life its few minutes of sentient life to saving the people that drove it and tried to repair it and fought each other. Like, it almost split up the whole crew. But back to World Seeker. Do we even know what the story is?
So it's basically them fighting the world government again. So it's a shout out to Enies Lobby again. But there's a new villain.
Is this canon, first off?
No, it's not canon.
So
That's the sad
canon
part.
is if it pertains to the main story, or is it a throwaway? This is a throwaway.
Yeah, it's not as bad as GT though. We don't talk about GT.
GT. Everybody loved GT when it was
I
out.
love GT.
Now that
I
we're
love its
older,
concept.
we're all critics.
I love its concept. I will never say like that, but apparently it's shunned to
The
talk about
whole
GT.
Ozaru thing, though, with Super Saiyan 4 and the new Broly movie, I'm hoping that there's some intersection, though.
I mean, what's it called? Watch Dragon Ball Hero Superheroes. Or
I mean,
Dragon Ball Hero
that's
Super.
that's fan service. Heroes has been fan service since like 2006.
But it's good.
It is now. First couple episodes.
But it's good.
If they would drop it more consistently,
But it's good.
it is.
Okay.
If they could be consistent about it, I'd
They
be
are
happy.
consistent every month.
Is it monthly? Because they dropped the first 2 episodes back to back, and then they were like,
It's monthly.
and every time I see somebody from the Funimation team, like, hey, we're gonna give this creator the episode to upload for 24 hours. I'm like, I keep forgetting this is a show. Back to World Seeker, though. The story is
Yeah,
world government,
They
new
just,
villain.
They just did a stream for it, so they did a little bit of gameplay. They did the first like introduction, finding Chopper and everything like that. It's kind of like the new Spider-Man game. It's open world. Luffy gets to just like swing from building to building.
Yeah, I
You
see
get to
that
play
they
with-
did that a little bit with One Piece Adventure World Red, which was a 3DS title. I didn't pick it up because I didn't have the cash. It honestly looks good, but there was that, and then it got ported to PS4, and I feel like this might have been a catalyst for that.
Yeah, I think so, and I think that they're starting to get like people are liking this like open world thing, especially like with the popularity of like Spider-Man and stuff like that. So they're just like, okay, let's do this in the anime world. But my thing is like, how far are they going to go, and what are they going to do for DLC? Because the way I see the DLC going right now is just going to be costumes for Luffy,
Yeah,
costumes for Nami.
One Piece game. One Piece is too vast of a world. They can't, unless you've got like something real promotional. I don't think they would thrive well in the DLC world. Like when Naruto did it, you got characters and a whole extra boss fight and extra chapters. Or you do what I did and you bought the full burst edition for $10 and they literally just upgraded the copy you already had.
Yeah, that they need to start doing more of that.
That's what I'm about to do with fighters. If they do more seasons, I'm just gonna wait till they drop like the collector's edition and just download it. Which-
Fighters to me is just
We'll get to that in a second, but first, on this whole shonen tip, we're gonna get into Jump Force in this DLC list. that you-
woohoo! Oh,
So you say people aren't happy with the DLC list, or they are, or how did you were telling me
some
something?
people are okay with it. Like if we look at the list of people that are on there right
Also,
now.
if I'm sniffly and coughy, I apologize, people. We live in Florida. It's hot. It's springtime. My allergies hate me. This is why I bring water every week.
And it is hot in here. So
I legit keep bringing shorts and forget to put them on.
how do you forget to put on shorts?
I don't know. Actually, while you're doing the whole Jump Force roster, let's see how fast I can do it.
We're on live. Oh God, we're gonna do this right
We're
now.
not doing this on camera. I'm not scarring these people. I'm not you.
Whoa, I'm just gonna say like Anthony's just about to have another Pico moment. So
No.
what? Why is everybody saying no? You didn't even watch the video. Oh my God! But so far, some of the names that have been leaked,
See how fast that was?
I guess. But
We're that up and popping now. We do costume changes live on the air. Jump Force.
all right. So some of those characters
I'm sorry, I left the light on. My bad.
Good
I have
job.
a bad habit.
trying to raise her light bill. What's wrong with you, man? So those characters we have.
Billing you for that.
Do it.
Okay, so the Jump Force list is fire away.
Seto Kaiba. I cannot pronounce that guy because he's from Bleach. and I don't
Toshiro Hitsugaya.
There you go. Grimjow, All Might, Bakugo, Biscuit from Hunter x Hunter, Kid Buu from Dragon Ball Z, Madara Uchiha, and Law from One Piece. So, on top of this being data mine, like the characters that are going to be on the next DLC release, the same person that data mined this, he also did. I don't know what sorcery he did, but he modded the game to the point to where it's like you can see the movesets of Seto Kaiba and All Might in the game.
Okay, I don't get, like, I'm an IT person, but I never understood how people even get to these data mines where they just find, because, like, that's how I found out about Gogeta coming to Xenoverse.
Okay, so the way that this works is they're already programmed in the game. That's the thing with DLC.
Oh, okay.
Unless
so
it's
they're going in and finding lost files that
yeah,
either
like
got
it's like
locked away. Because I've seen people do that with Kingdom Hearts games. Like they find different parts of worlds that didn't make the final cut.
man. Yeah, I second that. Hold on, who said that?
I mean,
hold
I
on.
wasn't naked. I just went and changed in the
ban
bathroom.
him. Yes, ban him.
No,
What was I
ban
saying?
denied.
But yeah, so basically, like with the first like set of DLC or however many like they plan. To me, this is how I see it. Like they have they have a certain amount of DLC and they plan like, okay, well, we're gonna keep this in the game, so it just makes it like easy like that. So it's like easy access that way. Like when you see them be like, oh, you get this like 4 days before everybody else, or like a couple days before
Yeah.
everybody else. That's because they already have it inside the disc. So it's just like we're just gonna lock this away from you because you're not ready yet.
So technically, it's the full game, and people are so money hungry that they just want to keep trying to market it that way.
Exactly.
All right, so as far as this list goes, let me find it here on my.
But back to
telephone.
that. Yeah,
I like Seto Kaiba because honestly, I couldn't think of anyone else I'd want. Like, you could throw in Joey Wheeler, but I'd want to see
who
him.
the hell cares about Joey Wheeler?
I would want to see Joey throw hands more than I would want to see him throw
exactly.
cars.
Like all we're gonna really want to see is Red Eyes Black Dragon, and wasn't there a point that Yugi took that from him?
I wouldn't
So-
even want his cards. I would want Joey Wheeler, the Brooklyn. I would want the Brooklyn Brawler, Joey Wheeler, to just throw hands.
You just want him to throw hands.
He honest Grimjow. I like Grimjow because Bleach was rushed in the end of the manga. Grimjow. Everyone, I'll say this for the end of Bleach in the manga, everyone got a moment. They didn't get the moment they deserved, but he did right by those characters and made sure everyone at least got some kind of shine.
Ice Blue Monkey just said, I don't think that was the case with the Battlefront games. I'm very confused about that. Do you understand what he's saying?
Star Wars Battlefront, maybe? Oh, yeah, because they got reamed for DLC and trying to be money hungry.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, because, like, what is it? It's kind of like, yeah, it's like.
What? Who the hell?
It wasn't. Basically, they had the problem with Darth Vader on the game that people had with, like, Meltan for Pokemon Go. You can't get Meltan and evolve him without playing Let's Go. You're not going to get to Darth Vader. If you do the honest grind to get Darth Vader in the game with the in-game currency, you'd probably be unlocking him, like, right now. Like, after the game came out, like, a year or two ago. But if you bought these little in-game chests and just speed your way through it, you can unlock them. They had posted as like, hey, we wanted to give players a chance to earn and grind and feel more rewarded. And they became the most downvoted post in all of Reddit. What? Yeah.
See, the last Star Wars game I played was Clone Wars, and I was just about to say, like, if you want to really play with a ship, just go get the Clone.
Okay, the
Clone Wars
Battlefront
game.
games were good. Like, as far as the last good one for me was Elite Squadron on PSP. Because you play.
I'm just gonna block my comments because
You don't like the Battlefront series?
I'm not a big Star Wars fan like that.
You don't even
Episode
you don't
3
even,
was just.
You don't
like
even
my-
have to be a big Star Wars fan to like Battlefront, honestly. Like I was
Nah.
not I didn't see all the movies, but I picked up one, and you can literally play that for days and just set yourself in different scenarios and try to strategize. Sometimes your computers will screw you over, but if you can be a one-man army and shoot your way out of the situation, you might be good.
I mean,
So-
I don't know. I guess I just grew out of that whole like lightsabers are cool thing.
That's the thing. It's more about shooting. It's more about the armies that they were
I
fighting
don't
with.
like shooting games. I
If-
don't like
if-
Call of Duty. I don't like
Really?
any of those types of things.
I like goofy shooters like Jack and Daxter and Ratchet and Clank and that type of stuff.
I already used my F-bomb for today, so you guys can
You
you
hate-
guys can imagine.
Multiple.
You don't like Jack and Daxter and the Naughty Dog games?
Jack and Daxter was cool when I had Dark Jack, but like, meh.
I mean, the fourth one was trash, but
Thank you,
Naughty Dog sold the rights. That's why
Naughty Dog.
I didn't play Jack X Racing, but apparently that went on. But yeah, back to Jump
that a
Force.
spin-off game?
It was basically a part of the main.
It
happened-
sounded like a spin-off
It
game.
took place after 3, and it actually was part of the main story.
It sounded like a spin-off game.
Some people played it, not me, but people liked it. But yeah, so Seto Kaiba, Hitsugaya, I don't mind. I feel like they could have used it. Actually,
Who is that?
Hitsugaya is the ice guy from Bleach who looks like a kid.
Wasn't there an ice girl?
I don't think so. No,
Wasn't it Rukia?
no, yeah, Rukia can use.
No, yeah, she can use ice too. And there was a. Oh, wait, you're talking about the blue-haired one?
Yeah, the blue-haired, blue-eyed guy. Who,
So they have 2 ice users in the show?
Yeah, he actually had a whole movie because he had his power, and it was like cloned to one of his best friends, and that became a whole story arc. He's actually a decent character. I like that there's more Bleach because honestly,
Does he do something different with the ice compared to her?
yeah, they both. He's just like an ice dragon. Hers is just like
Oh, so she's
like Bleach is probably one of the few animes where had a filler arc I actually liked because it gave. honestly, if more animes did fillers that contributed to the main story, because they each have like a Bankai. It's like the awakening of their sword. They did a removal arc where everyone lost their Bankai.
Yeah, I remember that because I remember it was a whole big thing trying to get
So
Ichigo back his.
you know how inside Ichigo talks to
His hollow.
His hollow and his the guy inside.
The guy that had the stab.
I
right?
hate myself. Someone knows what I'm talking about. I'm blanking on his name right now, and I hate myself for it. The dude inside
Zangetsu.
Zangetsu. Zangetsu and the hollow are both Ichigo's like inner
you,
spirit
Boxer.
for his blade. So there's a dude came through.
Really quick, Boxer. I watched. If it was you that said it, I did check out Rising of a Shield Hero. Thanks, buddy.
Hey, we interact with y'all here. But yeah,
We
so
try.
basically there was a whole arc where somebody was like, what would you guys be if you didn't have Bankai? Gave each of their swords their own spirit and manifested their powers into human bodies, and they all just ran rampant. And they all had to like personally reconnect with who their Bankai was and like, hey, I'm not just using you for a weapon. I wouldn't be here without you. And they all had... So then that actually played out into the manga when some people actually lost their powers again, and it was canon. And they used the designs from that filler, and it gave a lot of like backstory that we probably never would have got. Then you get One Piece, who was like, we're gonna make Luffy a policeman for 2 episodes.
Okay, everybody's seen this Luffy policeman thing. Why?
They're
have I
literally
not
in the
seen
in,
this?
in the middle of arcs. It'll be like, hey, Luffy's fighting Lucci. Next episode, Luffy's gonna stop Zoro from a bank robbery.
What?
Quick.
Yo, I was tracking up earlier because you said Bankai, and that sounded like a sexual term. To be honest,
It probably is if you look deeper.
That's-
I found out like it is not hard. Like English variations sometimes are because if you Google the word, you get a nasty translation. Like I found out that like they call Bra Vegeta's daughter. They call her Bulla now because they don't want kids Googling Bra Vegeta and then they get something else. And then I found out. You remember? Toonami went away. It became like the Saturday Night block, and they brought in Maguzi, which was like the little underwater girl, and the little animated characters. And then they were doing the Code Lyokos.
I
And
forgot about
and
that.
It used to be called Megumi, but if you Google Megumi, the Japanese translation is like Bikini Girl or something. So they had to change it to Maguzi, so kids weren't googling.
Fan service. Fan service. We went over this, Amp. Fan service. This is exactly what I was teaching you in episode 2.
No, so they named it was Maguzi.
Show what's it called? Food Wars. There's one of the the side protagonists is named Megumi, and that explains so much now.
So I think it was either Megumi or Maguzi. They named it, I want to say Megumi. Maguzi has a Japanese translation, goes into like Bikini Girl or something. So they had to change it to Megumi so that when kids were Googling it,
okay, so Maguzi is bikini.
it's one of the two. I don't remember. Just don't quote me on it. You Google it, you'll figure out. But they had to change it because they didn't want kids Googling. Because remember how they had the whole Cartoon Network interactive games and Come Play This and Dexter's Lab, Bot Brawl. They didn't want kids trying to get to CartoonNetwork.com and then have a mob of angry parents with bikinis on their screen. And that's why even now, even though it's on Adult Swim and Toonami, they changed bull or bra to bulla because they don't want kids who are into the show Googling it.
I feel like there was another name on there that was just as bad.
All Might. I like All Might. Is Bakugo not making the cut?
Who?
Deku's whole rival?
Bakugo, yeah. He's on there.
Oh yeah, they're the right name. So All Might, yes. Katsuki Bakugo, I like. This is just me being a fan. I want Tokoyami and Dark Shadow. Those are my all-time favorites.
Dark Shadow, no.
What?
No.
When he went rampant in the forest, that was like the best moment for me.
I read the manga, so I know what happens to him next.
Is Dark Shadow gonna get hoed? Is he gonna just get like embarrassed?
I mean,
Is he gonna get the Dragon Ball treatment where hey, he was a credible threat, but we have this new villain and we need to?
No, but I mean, like the thing that they did with him is just like you could have done this like chapters ago. So why did you waste our time?
Does he
with
have
this?
like some kind of inner talk with him?
The power up is lame.
Is it the full dark body? Isn't the power up already, or black body that he uses?
That literally they jumped the gun on that. That's if they had did what they just did recently and switched places with it, they would have had more of an impact that way. But like I said, we need that spoilers thing.
Hopefully, we get that in season 4. I'm gonna start reading it eventually. I needed to get to like a stale, like arc transitioning.
You
chapter.
guys aren't literally your next arc is probably the best arc in the whole entire show.
Like I needed to get like I pick up on mangas when they get to the part where it's like, You know, they have like just the whole, what do they call them? Not filler, but like towny episodes after each major arc where let's see what like Ichigo's regular friends are up to.
Oh, filler. Yeah, that's basically
Not
it.
not even filler. It's like it'll be stuff that in the manga it'll be like the first chapter after. In the manga, it'll be like the first chapter after the major arc ends and the villain.
Oh,
is
like
beaten.
the little like the
when,
peaceful.
when they're like chilling at the house.
that moment of peace.
When
Like
they're
right.
chilling at the house before the next big baddie.
Okay, yeah.
Like those episodes or chapters, those are when I like to pick up a manga and be like, all right, I can get into this arc and just go back and Google what I missed.
Literally,
So-
literally, the next arc from My Hero is going to like flip.
I've heard some stuff. Is it bad that I kind of still want Mirio to get his ass beat? Like I want Bakugo to at least land one punch.
We need that. We need that spoiler thing. We need it like ASAP.
Does
'cause I'm
Mirio
crying
get
over here.
humbled? I want to know that much.
I'm crying over here. I can't say anything.
Does Mirio get humbled? I need to know.
Who? Which one?
The one who basically walked into Class 1A and just whooped everyone's ass with no effort.
I can't say anything.
All right,
I'm literally like, we need that.
because there's been a lot of.
Boxer, be quiet.
I'm not reading the chat.
Be quiet.
I'm not reading the chat.
Be quiet, bro. You can't.
But yes.
If I can't do it, you can't do it.
DJ decides. Yes, Dark Shadow is my all-time fave. I was mad. I was robbed of Dark Shadow in the My Hero Academia movie. Still gonna buy the DVD. I'm gonna hold off on Broly until they make sure they get the credits right. I'm not even gonna read it. We're gonna move on. So who else is on this list? We have. Well, we'll keep it gaming. So All Might I like. I feel like All for One might be coming later. Biscuit,
again.
I haven't watched. What
You haven't watched Hunter X. That's
I'm
that's
gonna
the
pick up.
lollipop.
I'm gonna pick up Hunter x Hunter eventually.
You should. It's
Is
really
this
good.
is this
It's
fat
so good.
is this Fat Boo or Kid Boo?
Kid Boo?
That works.
Who cares about Fat Boo?
He's relevant now, and apparently he's the major plot point in the next arc. So
I'll say this. I don't understand how he got fat again after he got skinny and he fell asleep.
basically, when he became Super Boo, Hercule's death. Spoiler alert! If you haven't watched Z at this point,
We need
Hercule getting gunned down in front of him.
We need our muffin button.
He was Hercule getting gunned down in front of him brought back the evil part of him, but he didn't want it. So he concentrated that evil into a physical form. So when
Like
that
orange juice.
the gray Super Boo ate that Boo, gained his powers back. So he didn't get killed. He got put in one of those little bubbles up here,
Pods.
the little pods that they rescued him from. So when he turned into Kid Boo, he spit that Boo back out. And one thing I've been saying since that arc came out is that we never addressed that those two Kais that he ate before ever got absorbed or they're in there. So the fact that the one that makes Boo fat is going to be a major plot point in the next arc if and when Super comes back, I think is interesting. Because the person they're fighting is like a dark magician.
Yeah.
And they're on New Namek, which I think is interesting. And Vegeta's taking the realm because...
Spoilers.
I mean, it's not really spoilers. It's just...
Spoilers.
All right, spoiler alert.
You got to read the manga to know it.
Yeah, the manga, they go back and visit the Namekians, and Vegeta just decides, I want first dibs. I did these people wrong. It's only right. I should fix this.
Great character development,
Yes.
might I add. Like, great for Vegeta. I am very proud of him.
All right, One Piece. I don't know who all is in Jump Force, so I don't know if Ace is in there. But I feel like Shanks, White.
Shanks is not going to be in a game yet because he has not had. He hasn't even done anything in the.
Is his full potential been reached yet? Or
No, they haven't shown anything.
Okay, last we saw of Shanks in the manga, there's basically this big powwow where all the kings and leaders of the world government in each country meet up. Shanks walked into the room of like the Illuminati and was like, "We need to talk, and y'all are gonna listen," and it just cut out.
Yeah, he just stopped.
So the Shanks doesn't get much time in One Piece,
'Cause it's
but
not his time yet.
you respect his gangster, like regardless of what happened.
It's not his. It's not his time yet. I'll say what I was talking to my friend Jada last night. She's a big One Piece fan. We were talking last night about like, okay, what would be the next meaningful death in the One Piece series, and it had to be, of course, it has to be someone close to Luffy because we already lost Ace. Sorry, people who don't watch it or
Yeah.
who is watching, but we were saying like, okay, well, who's the next major death? Because like, you know, who's really gonna like give us that tear jerker again? And we were just spitballing ideas like, okay, well, it has to be Blackbeard killing somebody again. Well, if it's not him killing somebody, he's gonna be the cause of death. And I said Shanks because Shanks means a whole lot to Luffy, and literally Blackbeard is just the man right now. He has 2 devil fruit powers. He's at the top of the world.
Yeah, I
no one
thought
can
you
touch
died
him.
if you ate 2 devil fruits. How did you pull that off? I missed that whole portion.
That's another discussion for another episode because I don't even. I'm still trying to figure that out. They
Like
have not
I
discussed
got
that.
caught
They
up
have
on the
not-
dub up until Blackbeard and Ace fight.
Chopper.
What happened?
I'm reading the thing.
Wait, Chopper. Okay, one of my favorite parts of Annie's lobby, just even though like we can't ever do it again because he has control. Chopper going insane for the first time and just wrecking everyone's shit, like not knowing friend or like Broly in the new movie. The fact like he's like I have to do this or we're all gonna die. I just hope that I'm not the cause. And he takes that third rumble ball and just blacks out. That was like one of my favorite moments because you had that annoying dude who had like the weird. Every arc, you get this one weird villain in the gang who makes like the annoying sound effects, and you had the Hoyoi.
Blackbeard is the worst.
You had the Hoyoi whatever dude, and he's like, I would say hello to my mother in heaven, and then Chopper was like, be gone, and then he literally was just interrupting everyone else's fights, and they're like, holy shit. But who else is on?
right.
All right, Boo, Madara, well deserved, needs to be in there. Kaguya, I think is already
Kaguya's
in.
already in the game.
She's already in the game, but that was All right, well, we might end up going over people, but we're gonna end it on.
It's fun.
We're gonna end it on gaming. So as far as we're gonna jump into DBZ Fighters and their new season pass. So we got Jiren, much needed, and Videl, which I mean people are iffy on that one, and we got
Her
4.
moveset's good though.
I like her move. I like that Gohan is in her moveset. I would have been disappointed if that wasn't a thing.
Literally, she came out of nowhere like an RKO. So I'm just like, why? But hey, I mean, she got.
It's
she
that
got
one
the
if you don't
moves.
have it. Okay. Cool. Yeah, so we got Videl, Jiren, 4 unannounced fighters. I'm hoping that 2 of them aren't. Okay, they're making it seem like they're their own special release. So if Broly and
No.
Gogeta are part of that 2 season
We only
pass,
have 2 left.
Okay, I'm disappointed. I will just wait for them to drop the whole, hey, here's the collector's edition of the game with everyone in it. Because I feel like ever since Smash came out, everyone's trying to do that now. You see Smash Ultimate dropped everyone in the game. DBZ is trying to get more of their relevant and fun, fan-loved characters in. Mortal Kombat's coming out, and almost seems like everyone's coming back in that one because they're using time travel.
Who in the world is going to be the last 2?
I honestly don't know. I'm trying to Kefla maybe.
No.
I could
Oh,
see,
Kefla, yeah.
I could
yeah,
see
yeah,
Kefla being one of the characters.
Kefla. Beerus is already in the game. Maybe Whis, they make him his own character.
I feel like it wouldn't
they don't
be
have
fair.
a lot, they don't have. He doesn't even have a move set. So.
I could. Beerus is in the game. Hits in there.
Mr. Popo, yes, Lord Popo.
First
needs to be
rule
in
of
this
Popo's training.
First, Lord of first
Do
rule
not
of Popo's
talk about Popo's training.
Don't touch Popo stuff.
Yeah. So there was there's speculation. It could be Kefla. People think what Blue Go Vegeta. We have both fusions in here now, don't we?
Yeah. Yeah.
That rules them out. Who? I mean, Kaba could come through.
No one cares about Cabo.
I liked his character in the sub. I didn't like that they changed his lines with Vegeta after the first tournament. So when he was like,
I'm not a big fan of
he's
him.
like, don't try to become like me, surpass me.
Topo. Hakai Shin Topo.
I don't know if I'd feel great paying for any money for anything with Topo in it. Oh, I'm sorry.
Just see what he did
I'm
to
sorry.
Golden Frieza?
I'm sorry. We're in English. It's top to us now. It's
Shut
not-
up!
it's
Shut
not-
up! Shut up!
If
Shut
you
up!
don't watch
Leave.
the English dub,
Bye.
if you
Go.
don't watch the English
Bye.
dub for Dragon Ball
Bye.
Super, Topo's
Bye.
name is now top in English dub, and I don't
Shut
know
up.
why they did
Shut
that.
up! Shut up! We're calling him Topo. That's his name.
All right.
Damn.
Well, we'll transition in this last topic and make it quick. Evo, which I don't pay attention to, but apparently everyone is raving about. Big video game fighting tournament. So some games I've never heard of. We have Under Night In-Birth, Smash Bros. Ultimate, Dragon Ball Fighters, Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle, Tekken 7, Street Fighter 5 Arcade Edition, Soul Calibur 6, MK11, Samurai Showdown. I've heard of maybe half of these.
Yeah, and what I was hearing from Evo is that Dragon Ball Fighters game numbers was like really really low.
Yeah, you were saying people aren't really messing with fighters like that right now.
Yeah, there's a YouTuber I watch. His name is Jay Crofts, and he's a big fighters guy. Like he in the community of fighters, like he plays a lot, and he posts a lot of YouTube videos of him ranked and everything like that. He was looking at the numbers and everything like that, and they said like for right now, like it's early registration, but right now it's like in 9th place, like
Really?
among the numbers of like games wanting to be played with like Tekken and everything like that. So it's like, is this like the slow death of fighters? And kind of yeah, because
I feel like every game nowadays you got to give them hope because everyone has a slow period. Like Pokemon Go was dead for a while, and then they reintroduced raids and all this other stuff.
see, I get that, but see, like,
And then
with
like
this,
Fighters and Xenoverse were kind of dead, and then they dropped all the DLC content, and then people knew that the movie stuff was incoming.
But see, my thing with this, like, the last time that Dragon Ball Z tried to do like a fighter-based game, like that was like during the Budokai series, and when Tenkaichi came out, that just like flipped everything on its head because it's like destroyed the meta for like the Dragon Ball Z games. So it was like when they came back with this, I was just like, oh, the animations look nice, but I'm just like, I'm not a hardcore fighting mechanics guy.
Same.
And it's
so
just like,
apparently, I don't know Guilty. I've never played the Guilty Gear series, but they're the ones who made Fighters, and that's what everyone they're like. This is what I wanted, something that's like an actual fighting. You need combat. So I feel like it wasn't supposed to do as good as it did, but it was out there.
no,
for
it did great. But I'm
Exactly.
just like, now it's
And the
just like,
promotion-
where's the momentum now? Where's
Yeah.
the speed? And then
But I think initially it's getting back to its original audience of this was made for the people who want a hardcore Dragon Ball fighter, and at the same time, for the people who just want to play around and have fun, you still have Xenoverse. So I think they did good
Yeah,
at
but
giving.
now
They
it's
gave you 2 lanes to do parallel quests, or hey, actually duke it out and see who's the top dog.
yeah,
in the
but see,
room.
my thing is now it's like, okay, how do you keep up? Like, now you're not keeping up with your content because now season 2 should not be taking this long to be like, you guys. When was the last time we heard anything about like, okay, the characters in development? What
I feel like maybe they were just holding off for the movie, and I feel like the recent drama might have been a setback.
still, I need my stuff. Like, y'all holding me up from getting my Xenoverse 2 DLC. I'm ready to play with Super Saiyan God. I'm ready for my created character to transform already. This is taking too long. Or I need my Super Saiyan Rose. Funimation. Bandai, if you hear me, I want my created character to turn Super Saiyan Rose.
And I want my 300 stones for Dokkan.
I don't care about that. I want my Super Saiyan Rose.
But yeah, MK11 is when is MK11? When is Evo officially? It's like
I don't know. I don't care. I just want my
same.
Super Saiyan
I got one
Rose.
friend who's like obsessed with fighting tournaments, and I'm only talking about it because he threw it at me.
All I'm saying is, only reason that we were talking about this is because it's dying, and dying means Xenoverse 2 gets its content back, and Xenoverse 2 gets its contact back. I get my Super Saiyan Rose.
I'm honestly surprised. I don't get why everyone was like raving that Melee got kicked off for Ultimate.
No, it's still on there.
Is it?
Melee, what's it called? When I was
This
watching
is
the
like
video,
the official lineup they just posted. The one I just read
that's
out?
the.
That's
I'll link you the video after.
Melee apparently has been like scrapped from like the whole official competition. Yeah.
I'll link you the video so you can
Yeah, so
give it a watch.
it'll probably be there, but as far as like the prize, the ones that like give people clout and money, Melee was gone and Twitter was like raving, and I'm like, that was like the last challenging one. Ultimate's here. You had the Wii U, which apparently people didn't pick up, and I'm like, I don't get why that didn't get cycled through.
Which didn't get picked up?
The last Smash Bros. That was literally just a port for the 3DS and the
Isn't
Wii U.
it just the same characters, just on a different console?
No, they took some different ones. They took some DLC characters. That's where Cloud came from, and Shulk. Charizard was his own character. They got rid of the Pokemon trainer.
What?
Yeah, and his final smash was the Mega Evolution. They did.
Oh yeah.
They did some different stuff. There was no real story to it. I liked it. If you play Smash, it was a good pickup. But as far as competition, Brawl and Melee, which I don't get why Brawl wasn't in there, because Brawl needs to have. First, if Nintendo, if you're watching Subspace Emissary, if you make a DLC for the new Smash Bros. Ultimate, I will buy it. I don't care the price. That story was great.
$300. Okay.
You know what? Never mind. Keep it. I was glad when they pushed it, because Sonic was my favorite game for a while, so I was glad when the game got pushed back a month to put him in it.
Yeah.
And then
Some fun mobile Sonic games, by the way.
I like a couple. I have Sonic Dash. I have the jump one I played for a little bit. I had to get rid of it.
I'm really good at Dash when I'm drunk.
I need to. Okay, I used to have it on my other phone. Had the high score of like 2 million. Lost all my characters. Lost all my points. Lost all of it, and now I got to redo it again. And I just get pissed every time I open the game.
Are we gonna throw in the Toonami thing really quick?
Nah, well, okay. So for next week, we're gonna jump into more anime type stuff. Attack on Titan's got.
Attack on shit?
Why do you hate it so much?
Because it's shit.
We'll talk about that next week. Attack on Titan, the second part of the third season is coming. They're splitting it in half. The show's literally huge as far as like the content they have to cover and the vast majority of what goes into that manga. So the anime split the seasons into 2, which is great because I didn't finish the first part of season 3.
And if you
Thanks
meet
a
up
lot, Verve.
And if you meet up with us next week, we'll get to talk more about Toonami and Crunchyroll's collab.
That I'm happy about because
that sounds great.
if they get simul dubs the way Verve did, because I was literally in the middle of season 3, the first part of Attack on Titan, and the next day Funimation's like, by the way, we're taking all this back. No hard feelings. Our contract is up, and literally overnight, the Academia dubs, the One Piece dubs, the Dragon Ball Super dubs, gone. And I told my friend, you can have your subscription back because I wasn't paying for it in the first place. But I'll log out and somebody else can go in. All right, so we have Attack on Titan, Crunchyroll, and Toonami, and then Hajime Ippo.
Yeah, but
Is that the boxing anime?
Yeah, it's the boxing anime.
I want to pick up on that and Megalobox. I saw the first episode.
Megalobox is and sorry guys, we're going over, but this is like really good. This is juicy stuff. But Megalobox is a nod. It's the 50th anniversary of the boxing company that made Ashita no Joe. So it's just more like the redemption anime to like remind people like, oh, we made an anime a long time ago, and our new main character has the initials of Joe from our first anime and things like that. So it's pretty cool. I enjoyed it. It was a really good show. I watched it literally in like 3 days. I binged it. I was just like, great.
So have you been through Megalo yet or no?
Yeah, man. I was talking about Megalo.
I thought you don't eat Ippo.
I finished Ippo too. I'm reading it.
I want to get it. I want to get in that, and I just don't have the time these days. Like I want to get into that and Kuroko.
Well, this is what you do.
I've heard Kuroko's good. I've heard
Kuroko.
Kuroko no Basket's a basketball anime. Like I didn't know that there were these sports animes. They tried it once before Toonami got canned with Prince of Tennis.
Prince of Tennis is actually really good.
I got like through the first season, and then Toonami got cut, and then Saturdays on Cartoon Network became DC Universe movies, which was fun. But I need my anime.
Yes.
All right, we're going on a tangent here. We could do this for hours, but we love you guys. If you want to get us with topics, feel free to hit us up on social media. Just go to the links on whatever this will be posted on. If Facebook and Instagram decide to act right, I'll usually be in the comments, and you can find my stuff there.
Shots fired.
Yeah, get it together, Zuckerberg.
Shots fired.
What's he going to do, shut down Twitch? Come at me, bro.
Probably shut down your account. No more Tafari TV.
Joke's on you. I don't have a Twitch.
He'll probably go to your Facebook and find Tafari TV and shut that all down.
Honestly, though, that's why I'm on every... First off, for any creators, this is why we keep this channel on all platforms. If one goes down, we can get on another one. This is why when YouTube legit broke for a day and no one could upload, you heard crying tears of typewriters everywhere of all the vloggers crying for real jobs. Jake Paul and everyone was very sad. But speaking of this network, we have a whole channel full of shows. So, Mondays, 8 p.m., we have Dungeon Seekers with our lovely lady in the back.
Is it wrong to pick up girls in dungeons?
I've heard that's good.
It's so great. I love it.
Such a weird title.
I love
Wednesdays, 8 p.m., you have us, Anime Club, rocking out. Thursdays, you get a twofer. 7 p.m., you have the Two Top. 8 p.m., you have the Springs Chat. Any other final announcements from our people in the back? Oh, we're now the Amplified Network.
Will you just hit that Super Saiyan button?
Yeah, like, subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Twitch. If we ever get our Facebook fixed again, like and follow us there.
Zuckerberg needs to hit the muffin button.
Zuckerberg, he ran out of batteries. He ran out of batteries.
I just said muffin button, so he gotta get mad at him.
The robot just ran out of batteries. He's just recharging somewhere.
Muffin button.
All right, so that's on the docket. We have Attack on Titan, Crunchyroll, Toonami, Ippo, whatever you guys have. If you guys have topics you want to throw at us, feel free to DM this page or us personally on all our accounts. I am TAFARI_30 on Instagram. I have to spell it because you guys will butcher it if I say it out loud. Vance, where can they find you? Yeah, literally this name under me _30. Please, you cannot mess this. I just want to, because you think they won't mess it up, and they will. Where can they find you?
Advance Wham on Instagram. That's all you guys get for right now.
That's all you get for free.
That's all you get for free.
All right, this has been the Anime Club on the Amplified Network.
Yee!
Signing out. We'll see y'all next week. Let's get out of here.